I'm Yuri, and this is Back to Roots Day. Stay out of YouTube. YouTube?
Oh, hi YouTube.
Hola YouTube.
So it's Sunday, Father's Day. I'm gonna give you my Father's Day walkthrough, starting off with this corn. This is the gem corn. I don't know if you remember last Sunday's walkthrough, but now I have corns on here. They're tasseled, and if I shake them, you can kind of see the pollen come off. I don't know if you guys get that. So I got like 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 corns on here now. This is the gem corn. They're probably about 4 or 5 foot tall. A couple 3-footers, 2-footers down there. Not too bad. And I got some squash. I got a little bit more corn over there. There's my walking stick kale. Pretty tall. The onions are starting to fall over. I removed all the onions out of this bed, except for this last one that I might end up pulling it, but who knows? Depending on when we start to move this bed out of the way. Those are those onions. Then I got the Utah celery, Utah tall, Baker Creek. I gotta replant this area, pull those cauliflowers out. I got a dazzling blue kale back there. Here's where I put the onions to dry out for now. Not too bad. You know, some of them are big, some are little. Then that's radish area, which got attacked by worms, caterpillars. Here's 2 white patty pans that I started last week, so I'm gonna put them in the ground soon. A raspberry. Right. This is a over a year old broccoli, and it's starting to grow again. I didn't want to cut it. This is where we get our seeds from, but it's coming back. I never built the door for this. Let's start in the back here. My squash. Oh, more like a pumpkin now. That's a nice size. It's bigger than my hand. Put that down right there. We think they cross-pollinated with these green ones that I got in here, the round tundos or rondes, and this zucchini or gray squash. I think this one is a gray squash because they're not fully yellow. This is a yellow straight neck. We didn't have, our yellows weren't like this last year. They didn't have green in them. So if you guys know, maybe they did, maybe they didn't. Maybe that's how they're supposed to be. I don't remember them being like this last year. this down right there. There's that Mr. Lincoln flowering. Here's a potato area. Doing okay. We had a heat wave come in and it kind of burned my Asian pear a little bit, but it's still alive. Looks like the leaves are still growing. Some curly kale back there, over a year old now. The last of the onions, same as those ones that I just picked. I planted these marigolds here. This one's seed, about to go seed now. So we never got carrots. We planted them in here. We only got a few that grew, but I ended up putting bell peppers in here. Now it's a bell pepper bed. Oh, I got this monster here. So I'm gonna pull that one off too. These purple bush beans. Looks like they'll be flowering soon. They're doing great. This raspberry, I thought it was done, but looks like it's gonna flower again. I don't know if the light, you can catch that. There's an elderberry, looks like it's growing. This raspberry's growing. Lemon, my mom's house. Here's the cucumber melon. There's some little ones on there. Still haven't got one off there yet. Peanuts are doing great. I healed them up a little bit more. The Utah tall celery between the peppers over here is doing great also. So we're starting to get peppers off all of these. This first one is looks like it's a poblano. It's got some peppers already on it. Here are the beans. We're just gonna let them grow and dry out. Dragon's tongue and Peruvian whites. I got a Quino Malinalco tomatillo back there. I still haven't gotten one. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I should have planted two. They say you do better with two, so they can cross-pollinate. Here's Brad's atomic. It's full of fruit. So looks like this one's ready. Oh, fell off. Here's one. It's got some really nice color. It's supposed to be real tasty. All right. Here's my elderberry. First time ever growing this. And it smells great. And then right now I'm gonna go ahead and move on to where the chickies are, the new coop, and then go to the front. See you in a second. So this is that coop I built, the back to roots coop. We'll bring the girls out and then take them back in the house. They're not scared of us. This is what we love. The other chickens, they're totally scared of us, but since we're raising these ones from, I don't know, maybe they might have been a couple of days old when we bought them. They'll come right up to us. They're not scared of us at all. That one over there back there is taking a dirt bath. Resting. So you got 3 Bear Rock, 3 Rhode Island Reds, and 3 Easter eggers or Americanas, 3 Americanas. Alright. Here's where I left my clones. Probably need some more water in this area. Oh, somebody dropped one. And the lemons, they're doing good. We got some little side shoots. That one's got all kinds of shoots going on it. Tiny ones. The roses are doing good. We got one cabbage back there falling over. And then the Romanescos in the front. In the middle you got the ground cherries. I ended up putting cucumbers. There's 2 cucumbers in here, one there and one there inside this sweet potato bed. I still have it covered because it's not big enough to protect itself if a cat wants to lay in there. Right. And I have this other potato bed that has this volunteer. Looks like it's a pear, yellow pear. Right, yellow pear tomato. And it's taken over this whole side. I didn't trim it. Put a small cage in it, but this thing is pretty big. Right next to these, you can see the difference. These pear tomatoes are humongous. Yellow pear. I got like 4 plants right here. We pulled 2 off the other day. Very delicious. So 2 weeks growth from the last video to now. And look at this watermelon. Almost the size of a baseball. And then there's this one. Now it's starting to show me different characteristics. I think this one's the one that's going to turn yellow on the outside. I'm gonna have to put a stocking or something to hold it up. And I got this one, it's way taller than me. It's already reaching to the roof. And there's one growing right here. Oh, there's another one right here. I'm hoping this is the I forget what a melon. Kajari melon, I'm hoping. All right. Here's the Jersey Devil. It's a crazy looking tomato. There's that Atlantic Giant stretching out. Atlantic Giant pumpkin. I'm gonna have to start cutting it back because it's gonna go over this pepper bed. Here's a Kentucky Wonder. We have no beans on it yet. That one's doing pretty good. Here's the other corn. The wind kind of, this one's way taller than me, 8-9 foot still, but it's doing pretty good. Shake some of that pollen off. But we had lost a few that fell over, so we're gonna leave them. Here's the pond. Big koi in there. And you see this apple tree is just dropping a whole lot of apples. We move on to here. You can see these Chadwick's cherries. We already pulled a few off. That's a pretty big cherry tomato. Nice looking. Here's Barry's Crazy Cherry. Looks like it's starting to get tall. He wasn't doing too good there. But, oh, we got one right here. I'm gonna try that. Not bad. Right. Then next to me here, excuse me, we got the pork chop from Wild Boar Farms. It's got a few on it. Oh, sorry about that. Have to switch hands. Then we move over to the orange icicles, which they are orange. It says 7-inch. Maybe we needed more water, but nonetheless, this plant is loaded with fruit. And on this side we got the Green Giant, Baker Creek. And you can see now we're starting to get into full fruit production here. Here's my row of San Marzanos. I was only left with one San Marzano from the Walmart seeds. I planted 3, only one survived. The rest of these are San Marzano Lungo number 2s. from Baker Creek, and we are super loaded with fruit. You can see we're starting to get some color. They're all starting to blush now, but there's a whole lot of tomatoes here. Let's see, this branch has like 9 right here, another 4 big ones right here, right above that, a couple more right here, a couple more right here. So these are doing good. I have another Atlantic Giant over here stretching out. No fruit on it yet, and I'm not trying to pollinate them, so I mean, otherwise I'd probably have more fruit if I did it myself. You know, they just dry up. I'll just let it do it by itself. We got Izza's bed of potatoes on the other side, and you can see even the yellow pear tomatoes made it to this side. So I added more dirt. I think I need to add a little bit more now. It was starting to flower on one of these, but it still has more time. I'm gonna add more and start giving it more water. Move around to this side, and I didn't show, this is the only Loofah Squash. And for whatever reason, the ants love it. Love this Loofah Squash. So what I did was, we ended up putting cornmeal, and it looks like it slowed them down a lot. I guess they can't digest cornmeal for whatever reason, but they take it. And then I ended up putting a burpless cucumber here, but the pill bugs ate it down to the nub. So can't do nothing about that. I don't want to spray. We don't use too much. We don't use insecticides and stuff like that, except for in the front bed where it was just exaggerated, so we did put something down. But there's nothing really growing over there. And you go down the driveway, you see I got a pumpkin. That one should be ready soon. I'll go check mom's compost pumpkins. So there's one in there. I don't know if you guys can catch that. There's a few in this area. It's just right now they're kind of hard to see. There's 2 right here. There was one in here somewhere. There's another one in there. And I keep thinking that this is the Atlantic Giant because it's a pretty big pumpkin here. Right? So stand it up now. That's a pretty big one. And then next is oil can. I don't know what it's doing it out here, but there's another one. Gotta move that.